Hello everyone, my name is Mohit and I welcome you all to my YouTube channel. I hope you all are doing great. This is challenge number 13 of Solving SQL Challenges playlist, and in this video we'll discuss on analyzing time-based switch on-off status. So what is this problem all about? Let us understand that first. Okay. So we have switch status table given, and this data was captured for 18th of April 2024. Okay, so starting from 9:32 a.m. to 11 a.m. Okay, so between this time range, the switch status was changed multiple times. Sometime it was on and sometime it was off. Okay, so in output, we have to find from which time to which time, what was the status of switch. So if you check first row in left side table, at 9:32 a.m., switch status was on and it was on till 9:49 a.m., which is given in third row, this one. Okay, so from 9:32 to 9:49, switch status was on. So in output, if you observe, this first row is same, 9:32 to 9:49, switch status was on. Then again from 9:53 to 10:02 a.m., switch was off. That's what we have in output table in second row. From 9:53 to 10:02 a.m., status was off. Okay, so similarly, we have to calculate this time from and time to along with switch status in output table. Okay, so let's discuss on how we can achieve this using SQL query. Let me switch to SSMS for that. Okay, we already have switch status table given. So let me select that first. So let's start from switch status. Okay, so here we have date time column and switch status column. Now, anyhow, we have to create a partition or window for these. Like it will become first window, and in this window, we'll find out maximum and minimum time, and based on that, we can calculate date from and date to as required in output table. And similarly, we need to create another window for this, and again we can find out minimum and maximum time. Similarly for this one, we need to create a window and similarly for this one. Okay, so how we can create window? For that we'll use window function and I'm going to use row number for that. Okay, so for this requirement, in order to create window, we need to go through two steps. So what is that? Let me write it. So first what we will do, we'll create another column and then I'll use row number over then order by what is the name of date column? Date time, date underscore time in ascending order we want. So why am I writing this? I'll explain you. Don't worry. I'll name this column as row number RN. Okay. Now let me execute it. Okay. So how this column will help us, we will understand it very soon. So let me now create another column using same row number window function. I'll copy this whole thing and this time I will write partition by. I want to create partition also based on what? Based on this status column, switch status. Okay. So I'll write switch underscore status and I'll name this column as row number underscore status. Okay. Now let me run it and let me do order by date time call. Now let me run it. Now let us understand why we have created these two columns. If you observe this column, we have just assigned a number to every row with increasing date time. Okay. So for this row number is 1. For this row number is 2. For this row number is 3. Okay. So similarly, we can see that for this row number is 12. So basically for every row, we have just assigned a row number value based on increasing date time value. So if you see here, we have written order by date time ascending. Okay. So it will first arrange this column in ascending order, and it will assign every row with a row number value. Then why we have created another column, row number underscore status. And in this column, if you observe, we have used partition by switch status. So what it is doing, if you observe this table, just observe this for on status. Okay. So this is on, again this is on, this is on, this is on. Okay. So for switch status equals on, just observe value in this column, rn underscore status, where we have assigned row number based on partition by switch status. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, then this is 4, this is 5, and this is 6. So basically it has created a partition for switch status, and we have two different switch status. First is on, second is off. Similarly, you can check for off, it has created this window. Okay. And similarly here also you can observe that it has assigned row number for this status. 1, 2, then this 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, how these two columns are going to help us? You can only see this magic when you subtract values from these two columns. So as soon as you create a new column by subtracting these two values, you will automatically see that it has created this as a single window, then this as a second window, this it will create as a third window. For these four value, it will create fourth window, and for this value, it will create fifth window. Okay, so don't be confused. Let me create another column by subtracting values from these two columns. Okay, so I'll put this in CT expression with CT as this, and in CT we cannot use order by column. Now I'll write select star from CT. First, let me select it. See, we are getting same values. Okay. Now what I have to do, I'll create another column where I'll subtract RN and RN underscore status column. Now let me select it and let me do order by date time. Now just observe this column, and this column. Okay. So if you observe here, for these three values where status is on, value is 0 for newly created column. Now again, where status is off, value is 3, which is different from 0. So basically it has created another window. Now again, where value is on, this value is 2, which is different from first two value, right? So it has created third window. Now again, for these four values, where status is off, value for this newly created column is 5, which is different from first three values. That means it has created fourth window. And similarly, you can check for this one. So it has created fifth window for this one. So that was our aim, correct? Anyhow, if we create window, then we can easily find out minimum and maximum time. And in that way, we can calculate our output table, right? So let me do it. Now in place of star, I'll use only selected column, which I need. Like date underscore time is the first column which I need. Second column is switch underscore status. And this is third column. And I'll name this column as status underscore. We have created partition on this one. We'll write status underscore partition. Okay. Now let me run it. Now it has created these windows. Now we will do what? In this window, we'll calculate minimum date time. And this is the minimum date time. And similarly, we can find maximum date time. So this minimum date time will become date from, and this maximum date time will become date to for this particular switch status. Okay. So let me write query for this. So I'll write select. I'll do minimum of date time as according to our output table, it is time from, correct? Now we need to create maximum date time as time to, and another column name what we want is switch status. From which table? So this table will become source. So I'll write this as A. Now I have to group by this, correct? Because by grouping these two values, I can find minimum and maximum of date time. And why do we need to use group by? Because we are using aggregate function here. So non-aggregated column should be in group by. So I'll write group by switch status, comma. We want this column as well in group by. That is status underscore partition. Okay. So this group by will basically do what? It will group these three values and it will find this minimum time and maximum time. So this will become minimum and this will become maximum. Okay. So let me run it. Order by clause is invalid. Okay. So basically in sub queries, we cannot use order by here. Now let me run it. Let me arrange this total output based on this time in ascending order. So I'll use this minimum time and I'll write order by minimum of date time. Now I'll execute it. Now see, from this time to this time, switch was on. From this time to this time, switch was off. From this time to this time, again switch was on. Okay. So this is basically continuous flow. So if you observe output table, this is exactly the same data, what we wanted, correct? So let me do one thing. Let me select this table alone. Select start from this table. Now let me execute it. This is our input table and this is output table, what is required. So from this time to this time, switch was on. So this first row reflecting same from this time, which is this one, to this time, which is this one, switch was on. Then again from this time, which is this one, to this time, which is this one, switch was off. Okay. So similarly, you can verify for other three rows. And this was the only required output based on our slide, correct? So this is the query which we have used in order to achieve our output.